from the city where pressure makes legends. This is Big Blue Reborn.
What's good, Big Blue family? This is Big Blue Reborn, where we talk real New York Giants football. No fluff, no corporate takes, just honest breakdowns and real standards. I'm Milton. I'm here with my cousin Ethan, and we're here to talk to you about the draft. You already know.
Yes,
But look,
sir.
this week, the Big Blue check-in. Big Blue check-in. Big Blue check-in. We're going to go over our draft picks, starting from the top. We're going to go over them in order. Starting with number one, man. Nobody thought Arvell Reese was gonna be on the board at 5. So he was never even a player that I was I didn't even look into like his stats or anything or his highlights or anything like that because he just wasn't gonna be there.
It's like us doing research on Fernando Mendoza. Like we
Yeah,
didn't think he was gonna be here. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like
Like every
there
mock
was just
draft,
no
every
need.
analyst, everybody said he was going by pick 3. He was gone.
Exactly. Yeah. And he just kept falling, you know. So
Dude,
we
I
got
was like, but one thing that I said during the draft though, I was like, this year's draft was moving fast. They chopped those 2 minutes off that I'm talking about. Like it was moving. But
yeah.
we got to the 5th pick. It said the New York Giants are on the clock, and I don't think I saw the timer come up. Before that
They
said
said
the
what?
pick is in, they were not playing, bro. And all I kept saying, I was like, man, their pick is in. They didn't wait for nothing. So they knew, like, because he fell that far, we were snatching him early. They got their defensive weapon. Now, how you feel about the pick?
Arvell Reese. What? Pick number 5, round 1. 6'4", 243. How do I feel about this? I feel like we probably got the best player in the draft, and we didn't have to move for him or anything like that. You know, we needed another linebacker presence, and we got it. John Harbaugh said he's going to be playing the will linebacker, so he's going to be chasing people down from the outside and bringing them down. And we got faster. We got somebody that's a good tackler. I just feel like he's just a great player. He got a lot of stats. He totaled 69 tackles in an exceptional 24-25 season, 10 tackles for losses, totaling 6.5 quarterback sacks, 5 quarterback hurries, and 2 pass breakups.
A dog.
Record, straight dog. He had a 3-year career with 112 tackles, 13.5 tackle for loss, and totaling 57 yards lost. 7 QB sacks and 7 QB hurries. He plays fast. He's a dog, man. I'm happy that we got him. Another piece to get after the quarterback. Another piece to help stop the run. Just a great player overall. I can see why he was touted as one of the best overall graded players in this draft. I like him a lot. We're gonna have him for years and years to come. We if you can think back to when we had that NASCAR package with Osi Manura, Justin Tuck, just dogs on the outside, just getting after the quarterback, making Tom Brady or whoever was quarterback in the other team, made them feel uncomfortable. That's what we got now. And we got some other pieces through the draft that are definitely going to help with that. So I'm really happy about Arvell Reese joining our team. And just Arvell Reese, Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, some of these names. Yeah, these quarterbacks, woo!
Yeah.
Man, they dogs, straight dogs. So
I'll have to circle.
how do you feel about Arvell Reese?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like at first, I was just shocked. The initial reaction, I was shocked. I was like, what just happened? You know, because we've been talking about other people this whole time. But like after the dust settled, when you think about it, I was like, bruh, we just came away with a big one. Like he a crazy talent with us. You look at some of the interviews, he looks like he's ready. The one main thing that I heard him say, like on a consistent basis, was that he wants to win. He's ready to
Yeah.
win. He wants to help the team win. So I'm excited about that. He's a young talent, great size, and one thing that one thing that I saw draft night as well, just the attitude. You remember I was talking about it a few
Yeah.
episodes back when I was like, we don't have nobody that has that attitude. Now I'm starting that attitude. They're bringing that attitude to the defense. So that's one thing that
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to, man. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see how Denard uses him in the defense where he lines him up for Jermaine Edmonds. He even said that they asked him in one of the interviews, like, who do you look at or who do you try to model your game after? And Edmonds was one of the people he said. So
Right.
he, as one of the
Okay.
back of the guys that I kind of watched the way he moves, you know, the sideline to sideline and things like that. So it's kind of interesting. They're going to be playing together now, so he'll be able to get notes from
Yeah.
he looked up to. You know,
There you go.
those
And
notes
you
a
know,
little bit harder.
it's just, bro. I just can't wait, man. I feel like Arvell Reese is probably let me say this down. He probably gonna lead the team in tackles. This man's gonna get after it, man. It
I
may
hope
not be
so.
tackles for lost, but I feel like he gonna lead the team in tackles. He gonna be on the field all 3 downs. Uh, he's just he gonna set the tone. You
Yeah, I'm
know, he
excited.
go ahead.
No, I was saying I'm excited. I'm excited.
Oh, okay. What I'm saying is like, in the first quarter, let's say we get to that first third down in the first game of the season, the first third down, he hits the quarterback, and everybody say, "Damn!"
Mhm.
Like, "Oh!"
Yeah.
Either he tosses the offensive lineman or he hits the running back. He
Mhm.
do something. He hit the tight end. He gonna do something. It's just gonna set that tone where everybody gonna be like, "Damn, all right, maybe we should go to the other side of the
Yeah,
ball."
the
You know what I'm
Giants are
saying?
not wearing
The
with that
other
soft
side.
shit no more. Yep. Yeah, hell yeah.
So
I'm
I'm
hyped.
happy with that pick. I'm glad we didn't trade back. Uh, I'm glad I can see him as a potential Pro Bowler and a defensive centerpiece for the years to come.
Yeah. It's gonna be good,
So
man. I'm excited to see
yes, sir.
what they do with him. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
moving on, we got pick number 10. This is where we
Mm-hmm.
snap. Everybody was expecting Caleb Downs right here.
Yeah, I know,
Oh,
right?
we're gonna get another defensive player. I'm talking about like nationwide Giants fans were like, well, he's definitely gotta be picked right now. It's definitely gonna be Caleb Downs.
Right.
And then they said Francis Noah. And again,
Yeah.
I'll say shocked on the pick because we all expected Caleb. But
Mm-hmm.
my initial reaction, like again, I was not upset with that because
Right.
I've been saying the trenches. So we got to get somebody to protect Dart and Falele,
And
Neil.
Neil, they not gonna cut it, bro.
And it,
They
yo,
they might get cut.
there's a post where and I think it was 2023 where he was doing the the box jump. You
Yeah.
know when they do the box jump, the split jump in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
and he did like a higher height, and he called out Evan Neal when he was
Oh,
still in
snap for
college
real.
because he did like a higher one than Evan Neal. So it's gonna be interesting to see them all in the same locker room, like you know,
Mm.
firing up each other.
Yo, man. He there to take the spot. Look, some of the stuff.
I think he's the starter right out the
Oh
gate.
yeah, I mean, he's a former tackle projected to play guard. The he's really, if he's healthy, he really fixes the major weakness we have in our offensive line. He's probably going to play that right guard spot right next to Luminor and next to who's our center again? Damn. What's
JMS,
his name?
Mike.
JMS. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to say somebody else.
I think
Bro.
every somebody else.
He the thing is, he played tackle, but he had some right guard snaps, so that's good. I think he's probably going to be a week one start. He's probably most likely going to beat out Evan Neal and Falele. Those are Falele's probably a good depth piece just to come in, a couple of plays here and there, or we can have like a heavy offensive line. You know how they put like another offensive lineman on the edge or something, like with his goal line or something like that. Like, now we got some real size on the offensive line, and I don't know if when we was watching the draft, he was like, the first person he wanted to talk to was Dart. I'm ready to die for you. Like, damn,
Bro,
bro.
when he
Like,
said that, I was like, I don't normally not, I don't like offensive linemen early in the draft. He said that shit. I was like, yep, that's a bet.
yeah,
He's like, well,
man.
I was like,
Yo,
I like this guy.
yeah, this guy's he's different. Some of his stats, earned consensus NCAA All-American, first team recognition, selected annual winner of Jacob Blocking Trophy, um, selected to all ACC first team. He started all 42 games of career at right tackle, never missing one start. So that's like an Iron Man. Um, Part of the offensive line that ranked number 5 in the nation, led ACC in fewest tackles for loss per game, ranked number 16 nationally and number 2 in ACC in sacks allowed, 1.2. So he, is very consistent. Earned an 8.7 blocking grade over a course of a season from Pro Football Focus. Um, so just good numbers. Allowed one sack and 205 true pass set. So that's great. So after every two out of every 205 pass snaps, true pass sets, like let's say every out of on third down, he only let up one sack. So that's great.
Yeah,
Total to
that's
9.
amazing. That's fire. That's what we need
Exactly. So that's as a tackle. So you're dealing with the most physically gifted, defensive lineman in front of you,
on the other side. Yeah.
Exactly. So total a 93.7 win rate on those snaps, second best among all 2026 draft eligible tackles. So he's the Iron Man. He plays well. The only thing is people were just saying that may have some back
Back
issues.
issues. Yep.
You know, let's say he plays this season well, but he's probably going to need surgery down the road. Hopefully, it's nothing serious. Maybe people are just saying, like, how they had that Caleb down smoke, his knee and this and that. Da, da, da. Let's just hope it's kind of like that, where it's just smoke. People are just talking that just so they could draft him or something like that.
I mean,
But
Shane and Harbaugh, they debunked it in their first interview when they after they drafted them. So they said that they had spoken to the athletic trainers and they made sure that he was in a good position before they decided to draft him that high. So
okay.
he said he wouldn't have made the investment if he thought the injury was going to be something that was lingering or it would be something that would revisit. So they feel comfortable enough to draft him at 10. So I'm gonna assume like this again, it's that smoke, with people trying to get him to move down on the board so that way they have the opportunity.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey, I'm happy with the pick. We got help on the defense, a linebacker, and then we got help on the offensive line. He can play, has that versatility, play guard and play tackle. Even though we got 2 tackles right now that are paid, so he can come in as a guard and learn. And then let's say after 2 years of Jermaine Luminor has to go after this season and next season, then he slides out there. You know what I'm saying? And then we just take it from there. So
Yeah. I
Francis
think
Mauigoa. Hmm?
I was gonna say I think they knocked they went out the park. An
Yeah.
offensive lineman that high is never like a sexy pick, but I
Right.
think as far as filling needs and getting great
Mhm.
players, they did a good job of getting the best. I think he's one of the best offensive linemen. I'm not going to say tackle, but I think he's one of the best offensive linemen that you could have gotten in the first round.
Mhm.
And as far as Edmonds, not Edmonds, as far as Arvell is,
Um,
as far as Reese is concerned, he was the best defensive player on the board.
right. Exactly. So we definitely made 2 picks that are great. Let's just hope that Arvell Reese and Francis Mauigoa play 10 times better than Kayvon Thibodeau and Evan Neal.
Yeah,
Let's
that combo.
just
Yeah, no, definitely.
yeah,
I
because I
I
mean,
truly believe as long as it's not like an Isaiah Simmons type thing where we just got a freak athlete, but he can't like think and put stuff together or watch tape
mhm,
and stuff like that, then it'll be a situation like that. But his mentality seems like it's in the right place as far as where he wants to be and what he wants to do. So
mhm,
we'll see what happens from here. There's no way I refuse to believe that he gets drafted that high, or he was going to get drafted that high without having a football IQ. Like if you watch some of his highlights and you watch the way he kind of jumps the gap,
moves. Mhm,
I think he's going to be a great run stuffer, especially with them lining
right,
him up at the at inside as the will, as opposed to just putting him on the edge like he said he wants to do. Not saying that he won't be able to rush the edge at all, but primarily he's going to be lining up next to Edmonds, so I think it's going to be a good situation.
right, exactly. So, I mean, hopefully they can both learn the system pretty well, get really comfortable, and start making plays in September.
That's the thing, man. They're all learning they're all learning a new system right now. So basically they're all starting
Mhm,
from scratch. So that's the one thing I could say is like they're all again, not as far as the knowledge of the NFL, but as far as the playbook that they're working with, they're all learning at the same time, which is gonna help them kind of push each other going forward.
right.
So I'm excited to see what
And
they got.
it's good that it's just good that they're all learning it. Even the vets is learning it. As far as the Luminor, as far as the blocking scheme, since it's a whole new no whole new offense for them. So everyone's learning it together, just exactly what you just said. So it's just a whole learning process, and I hope everybody gets on the same page real quick.
Yep. So let's move
Right.
to day two. Day two, next pick.
Okay.
This is probably one of my sleeper picks, man. I had him in a bunch of mock drafts. Colts of
Mm-hmm.
Good, number 3. He was one of the yes, yes. Oh, I see it.
Yeah,
It, ah,
you
that
said,
one was fire, bro. So that's
yeah,
again
real
bringing it
shit.
to bringing that dog to the defense, man. I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see what he does in the locker room, and how he pans out. Shoot,
Mm-hmm.
he could beat out, Drew Phillips right out the gate. Who
Right.
knows? I don't know if he's gonna be like a slot corner, if they're gonna have him playing on the outside, but I do
I
see
think
him doing well.
I think he's gonna be on the outside.
Okay.
He that's what he played mostly at Tennessee, but he's versatile. So, he's got like a good cornerback frame. Pick number 30, Colton Hood, cornerback Tennessee, 5'11", 193. Um, really 6 foot, but they gonna say 5'11", so it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Um,
It's small body.
exactly, but he's strong. He's strong.
Yeah.
Transfer cornerback who made major impact on his lone season for the Rocky commit from the Volts in May 2025. Transferred from Colorado, rounded out the 2025, earning all SEC honors from the Associated Press and coaches. Semifinalist for the Jim Thorpe Award. So he's balling. Played his redshirt freshman at 2024. His redshirt freshman season in 2024 at Colorado, where he was part of starting rotation. Joined the Buffaloes after spending his freshman campaign at 2023 in Auburn. A Georgia native who moved closer to home, made 77 tackles during his collegiate career with 5.5 tackles for loss, 3 interceptions, one for a touchdown, 14 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovered for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Um, played in 29 career games, and the man's a baller. I've seen some highlights of him playing. He's aggressive when it comes to the run. He's not scared
He
to
oh,
tackle like
he
that.
is. He's not scared
Um,
to tackle at all.
not scared to tackle. Most likely going to be an outside starting corner, fighting for that number 2 spot. Who did we sign? That was Greg Newsome the second, so he'll probably fight for him for second. Cornerback 2 because we got Paulson the Debo at 1,
Mhm.
and he'll probably start shadowing wide receivers too, and then hopefully grow into a shutdown corner role. He'll play a lot, and I feel like he's not like a slow development guy. I feel like once he understands the system and gets good coaching from Denard Wilson, um, good communicator, um, I think he's going to be a really good player for us for a long time. It's just my thing is with corners. Yeah, he wasn't drafted in the first round. Some people were saying like he was a first round talent. It's just corners. I feel like corners take a longer time to develop
Yeah.
because the NFL speed, these wide receivers are coming out and they're ready. They're like already vets. You know what I'm saying? From college to the pro game. So it's just really getting in tune with their quarterback. So the point I'm trying to make is that if he really is what we believe he is, then he'll get on page pretty fast
Oh,
and
yeah.
be like one of those top corners in a few years that is just solid, a solid player, Marlon Humphrey type that's just good. May not be the best defensive back on your team, but one defensive back that continuously makes plays, smart, good against the run,
He
and you know,
he's good in
just
coverage. He's good in coverage too. That's the
Mhm.
thing is like college corners don't really see full route trees a lot of the time. So they're not when they get to the league and these corners are running these option routes on them and things of that nature. They got to be able to work in
Mm,
their form and move with the receiver. And from
okay.
what I've seen from his highlights, I haven't watched like a full game. I've watched like a couple of quarters and things like that. From what
Mhm.
I've seen, he can cover um
Yeah,
almost all routes from what I've seen him play. So it's
mm,
gonna be exciting to see. I think he will compete immediately.
yeah.
And who knows, he might have a starting spot before we get to regular season.
Right, exactly. Those 14 pass breakup and two forced fumbles. That's what I like to see. I would like a little bit more ball production as far as interceptions and maybe a little bit more pass breakups. Like if he had like 20 pass breakups in 29 games, then, that'd be a little bit better. But I I trust the coaching staff to find a player that's going to work well within our defense, and it doesn't matter what defensive scheme we have, he's still going to be able to play and learn.
Yeah.
I just think he's really smart and he's going to be a good player for us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
that's
excited
a good
about
one.
that. And another defender that we've added that I feel is gonna bring some of that attitude that I've been talking about. So that way we're in a
Hmm.
situation where people are looking at that schedule and they see NY on the schedule. They're not gonna be too excited. They're gonna
Right.
start questioning stuff. All right, so
Hmm.
going that was the last pick in round 2. We're going to round 3.
Yeah.
This
Here we
might
go.
be the most questionable pick of the draft. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Right. Because we traded up.
We traded up and we gave up 3 picks, 2 this year and 1 next year. So Malachi Fields, wide receiver, Notre Dame. Now, I'm gonna start with this, right? You remember when we did the biggest winners and losers of the combine?
Yeah, go ahead. He was one of the biggest losers, right?
He was the first person
Yeah, the biggest losers, Malachi Fields.
I said, let's start with the losers. And Malachi Fields is the first person I talked about because he had the worst combine of all receivers. Like, it was bad,
Mm,
man. Like a 4.6 40, like
yeah,
the bottom of like all of the other like agility drills and things like that. It was bad. It was bad. So
yeah, he's not a
they
good
they
tester.
move up they move up 3 picks to get him at
Mhm.
74, right? So you know me, now at this point, now we starting to look like, oh, there goes the first pick. That's the first like, oh, it feels like the old Giants again doing dumb shit.
Yeah, I know,
No,
right?
but
Like,
giving up
what's
draft
going
picks
on here?
and not making sense out of it, right? So I had to go, let's go look at some tape. Let's go figure out where we at, where the head's at. Now I'll tell you, you could put on a highlight tape, and he's gonna look amazing.
Yeah.
The one thing that I see, I'm going to deep dive. I'm gonna go to an analyst that's gonna tell me tell me how it is as far as the receiver is concerned. So I went to Steve Smith and I had to go watch like a bunch of his interviews so he can give me the real breakdown as far as the receiver. And he
Mhm.
actually lined up with some of the same things that I saw. He he's one of those receivers that performs when they want to perform.
Mm.
when they have that mood, like, yo, I'm gonna go off, then they're gonna be a dog. Then they have those days where
Right.
it's like, I don't want to do shit, and then they're not gonna do shit. So
Okay.
I'm
That
hoping
switch
like
isn't always on.
exactly. I'm hoping that him coming to the league and gonna be able to get some good coaching. I'm hoping that
Mhm.
with his size and everything, like he can still be a great receiver. I think we have
Right.
so many people in the room now that it's gonna be competition to make the 53 at this point.
Yeah.
But I definitely think with that pick and him being the only receiver that they drafted, because they gave up 3 picks, it could have potentially closed the door on Odell coming back. But I
Yeah.
personally, I still think put Odell on the line with all of them and let them battle it out in camp. But for Malachi Fields, back to the draft picks, right? For Malachi Fields, as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned, it looks like he can be a good receiver if he wants to be a good receiver. That's the
Right.
person that we got to get is the person that wants to be that good receiver because he's got some crazy catches, contested catches. When he's on, he's on.
Right. Mhm.
You know, but we just need to get that 100% of the time. We don't want to get that lazy nonsense. Like we don't need a Deontay Banks on the offense.
Right. I hear what you're saying. Um,
What do you think?
Malachi Field. Malachi Fields. Let me just go about pick number 74 from Cleveland. Malachi Fields, Notre Dame, 6'4", 218. He started all 12 games for the Irish, posted 99 yards on 7 receptions, 2 touchdowns against Pitt. Um, led all players with 17.5 yards per reception among all players with at least 10 catches. Finished second on the team with 630 yards and 5 touchdown receptions. So not crazy numbers, but he's like you said, a big body, strong hands. Um, not the fastest guy, so he's not going to get a lot of yards. But think of him more of like a red zone threat, third down. Move the chains.
Mhm.
Go up and get it. The kind of receiver that we need, just somebody who's towering over because who's the tallest receiver we got?
Right
What's
now,
his
I think Isaiah Simmons. I mean, Isaiah Simmons. Yeah,
Hodgins.
Hodgins.
Yeah, and Hodgins is probably way slower than him. So,
Yeah.
Hodgins is just like a solid route runner. So, I mean, I feel like we moved up for him so the coaches see something with him. Um,
3
with
picks
the
though? God damn, bro. What did they possibly I didn't see 3 pick worthy. It's a 3rd
right, but
round. We're talking about a 3rd round receiver, bro. What are you doing? 3 picks?
see the thing is when you
There
see
were so many
when
other
you want
receivers on the board.
when it's your guy and you got to go get him, you just got to go get him. You
Yeah.
can't wait. You can't think about those other picks because you got to think about it. After like the second, third roundish, it's like those guys are you have pretty much almost no chance of getting a hit on that. There's all
Yeah.
like the next couple of players are probably just all rotational special teamers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one other player that I do like, the last pick, who we'll talk about later.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
uh he might he might be
He looked
uh
like a sleeper.
a
Yeah,
player
nah,
that
we
that
definitely
could
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that because I had to look
yeah,
him
that
up.
he might be a player that can make a couple of plays, once he gets his chance. Because yeah, but that's later on. Malachi Fields, just I just the only thing that I don't like is just how many. Like you said, I just don't like how many picks. That maybe if we could have gave up 2 picks versus 3, like next year, if we just gave up 2
Next
picks.
year
This
pick, like if it was the next year pick and then 1 pick from this year, I'd have been straight.
Yeah, okay, but
You know
just
what I
the all
mean?
3. If it was just 2 picks versus 3,
But you
you
literally
know,
took us out. You got him in the 3rd and took us out of the 4th round completely, and then
mm,
dropped us all the way down to 3 picks in the 6th round. So it's just like
mhm,
I just feel like there was so much capital in between. Having that pick in the 4th round would have been a little bit better than getting 3 players in the 6th round. Like now we're just banking on one of these 3 players hitting, and hopefully they
right,
make that. I mean, look, we'll get to the next few players because I do think that they did a good job with the picks, even though they were late.
Right, yeah.
Picks, I
So,
feel like
but
they perform. They're gonna do something for us. So we'll see.
Malachi Fields, he's a good fit for our team. We need that contested catch guy.
Yeah.
Just the price was steep. It's just not a burner. Hopefully, he makes some really good key third downs that really solidify his place on the team. So
Yep.
that's all I got on Malachi Fields.
Yes, sir. All right, moving right along. So that was the last one. No, so that was the first 3 rounds. We did not have any picks, 4th round or the 5th round because of it.
But
So the next pick was round 6. Bobby
yep.
Jamison Travis, the
Mm-hmm.
defensive lineman from Auburn.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
of course, the 6th round picks, man. I had to look up. You know damn well, this name was never on any of my mock drafts or anything.
Radar. Yup.
The first time I heard his name, so I had to look him up. And
Mm-hmm.
definitely after like some of the again, I just looked at the highlights. I didn't really get an opportunity to deep dive yet. I will watch
This
a
is
couple of games just to kind of see like where he's at and where he could fit into the schemes. But
right.
from the highlights, man, he looks like a powerhouse. He looks like a
Yeah.
powerhouse. So especially as far as stopping the run and closing up shoring up that like interior of the line. Like I think he'll be good as a rotational piece for us in this run defense.
Yeah. I mean, he's not no small man. This round 6, pick 187. Bobby Jamison Travis, T-line 6'3", 328. You know, Dexter Lawrence is only 6'4", about 328, 330s, you know, so they about the same height and weight. He's just Dexter Lawrence is probably not even probably is a way better player until
Yes,
Bobby
sir.
makes a name for
Dexter,
himself.
bro. He's an anomaly. That's not normal.
Exactly. So just some stuff about Bobby. Played and started all 12 games at nose tackle, so that's good. Career high 36 tackles on the year, leading all Auburn interior linemen, including 2 tackle for loss, 2 pass breakups, turned into 4 tackles, including his first TFL in the season. Played in the SEC opener Oklahoma, registered 5 tackles at Texas A&M. Had 4 tackles. Okay, those are just the tackles in the games. Yeah, he's just a solid player. He's a lot of solo tackles, so he's able to shed, you know, uh, not a lot of like gang tackles, but so that means when he's getting his hands on people, he's taking them down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's just going to be a depth rotational piece. Um, Probably some special team contributors, and I like it, you know. He
Yeah.
he just
The 6th round picks, man, it's tough because it's not always a situation where they're gonna make the 53, you know. So
exactly.
it's
So,
exciting to look at their highlight tape and see what they could be, how they
mhm,
could work out in the defense. But only time will tell with this. You know what I mean?
right.
From what I see, and like I said, from what I saw in the highlight tapes, like highlight tape will make anybody look good, but he looked decent, and depending on how Denard, is going to work his rotation, he
Yeah,
could be a good
exactly.
rotational piece. You know what I'm saying? So now
Mhm.
that we have the holes, that big glaring hole in the defensive line, like he could be a more vital piece than we even, consider. Because
Mhm.
I'm excited about the linebacking core and the front 7, but we still need the line in front of them to kind of they got to do something in order for them to eat.
Right.
If they're getting picked up on blocks right out the gate, and then the defensive lineman that we have can't do shit, then we're
Yeah.
right back to square one.
If
So
he commands a couple of double teams, you know,
yeah,
and that double team number starts to go up as people start to see his film and realize we need to double team this guy, then you know that opens up a lot more for other players, especially like Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Arvo Reese, Kayvon Thibodeau. So,
he can
you
take
know, and then it's just going to be interesting how to see how we get all these guys on the field at the same time and how they line up. You know, is people going to be on one side? Is somebody going to be on this side? So, That's Bobby Jamison Travis, defensive tackle Arbor. It's a big boy, so hopefully, he makes some good plays, and we get more physical in the trenches. Who we got next?
Hold on 1 second. Let's see. So after him,
Yeah, round 6, J.C. Davis, offensive lineman from Illinois.
my bad. So round 6, 192. J.C.
Mhm.
Davis, the offensive lineman from Illinois. Yep.
Yep,
So
6'4",
from
Cleveland, so. Mhm.
hold on 1 second. Laptop's not plugged in. Okay. Whew. Laptop almost died on me. Can't have that.
Yeah, you can't have that.
All right, cool.
But
So JC Davis, the offensive lineman. Again, he's gonna be a rotational piece. I don't even know.
swing tackle. That's if he at
He's a
best right
tackle,
now.
right?
A swing tackle. Yeah, he's a tackle, but I think if he plays well, he'll be a swing tackle just in case anybody gets hurt. He can play left or right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't have a full grasp on how they're really gonna deal with the line right now, especially with the Maui Noah pickup and things like that. So I know as far as having him on the team, I'm happy he's there and I'm happy is like depth. I don't
Mhm.
really know how they're gonna map out the line and where he's gonna fit. You know,
Right.
where they're
Well,
gonna put
I
him.
mean, we'll see after. Excuse me. Whew. Excuse me.
I like my
After
hey,
preseason and cuts and everything, these are just camp bodies. You see if if he could just be a swing tackle, really, because he has some good stats as far as 49 consecutive starts to end his college career. Number 3 graded left tackle in the nation during the 2025 regular season, according to PFF. Um, Athlon preseason Big Ten first team. Phil Steele preseason All Big Ten 14 and the Outlanding Trophy preseason watch list. So, nothing too crazy, but a good depth as far as for a swing tackle.
yeah.
So
I
can't be
mean,
mad at that.
again,
Double. Mhm.
it's at this point you're swinging for the fences for round 6. You know, anything under round
Yeah.
5, you're hoping that one of these one of these is gonna be a home run, but you can't guarantee
Yeah.
it for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So
we got
I
our
mean,
last pick,
yes, sir. I actually
number
like this one a lot.
193, the very next pick, Jack Kelly, the linebacker from
BYU.
BYU.
He's 6'1", 240. Yep,
So
yep, yep.
I watched the tape because I was doing like a whole thing with trying to figure out like when I was looking at like Jacob Rodriguez, and then I was like, if Jacob Rodriguez is off the board, what other linebackers are like talked about? And he was one of them. He was like 4 or 5 players under, Jacob, but
Mhm.
he was one of the people I saw like his highlight tape, and he was moving around, man. And
Yeah.
he's one of the you know who he reminds me of?
Mm.
Scat. He's like a scatterboo on defense. Like that's the way he
Mhm.
makes me think. Like as far as the
Yeah,
way he
but
moves
I feel like
around. So it was really
every team
interesting
needs
to
a
watch.
linebacker like that.
You know, so I was like, "Yo, that's crazy. You got like a defensive version of him? Like, yeah, we need that. Shoot, that'll be a nice fit right there." So we'll see what
Exactly.
we can do.
So, Jack Kelly out. I like that. He gives me Micah McFadden vibes.
Yes.
Hopefully, he can rotate it with him.
Hmm.
With Micah McFadden just coming off that injury, maybe he gets onto the team and starts making some plays. It says the 6'2", 240 all Big 10, 12 linebacker total. Big 12 linebacker total, 58 collegiate games between BYU and Webster State, starting 47 games, 190 tackles, including 125 solo stops, and 43.5 tackle for losses, 31.5 sacks in college. Disruptors force. Kelly also had 9 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, 8 pass breakups, 2 interceptions, and a defensive touchdown. In 2025, Kelly was named Big 10, all Big 12 first team selection and recorded 55 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, led BYU in sacks with 10. So that's good. Kelly was one of 17 players nationally with 10 or more sacks en route to the Cougar defense to its highest sack total since 2015. BYU's defense was ranked 19 nationally, scoring defense in a scoring defense ranking 19.1 points per game. Number 9 in the 9 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
So their defense was solid. You know what I'm saying? He had 2 forced fumbles last college season, and it was a Pro Football Network All Big 12 third team selection, and he was a Bronco Nagurski and Buckus Award watch list honoree. So, he was honored, at least, for his play.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So I like him. I seen some of his film. He was moving around pretty well. Looked like he got some pop to him. A lot of good solo tackles. That's what I like to see from linebackers. So he's not getting juked out of his ankles, even though it's going to be different at the NFL level. But if he can just get in there, he's going to get some snaps with Michael McFadden coming back. Anybody coming back from tough injuries shouldn't be getting 1,000% all the reps, but they should be getting enough and then letting other players, be able to make some plays. So hopefully Kelly can step up and, be a linebacker for us. Just get in there at times, maybe on first down to help with the run stop. Maybe he gets in there, pops a fumble loose, does it a couple of times where they're thinking like we need to have this guy, starting for us or something of that nature. So, I like Kelly. I feel like he's a linebacker's linebacker,
I like that.
so
Yeah,
hopefully he can just
I think he's gonna be a good rotational piece for us.
Exactly.
I think he makes the 53 right out the gate just because our linebacker depth is not that deep. But I think
Okay.
as far as like his performance and things like that, I think he probably should have went a little bit earlier in the draft.
Okay.
So I think he would have been gone like late 4th, early 5th, but he dropped to 6 and low 6. So I think we can make something out of it. They saw something.
Yeah, exactly. And I have faith in Harbaugh and the coaching staff that whether they're going to be able to see all of these players, their strengths and weaknesses, and be able to coach them on their weaknesses and make their strengths even stronger. So, you know, I'm just glad he's physical as far as Jack Kelly. He's a good physical player and he's a good tackler, so let's just see how it translate in training camp and then, preseason. And then if he can make the team, you know, we just go from there and I'm just excited for the defense to be able to make some good plays and keep going and keep
Yeah,
going. And, with this
I'm hyped.
defensive line, maybe it makes his job a hell of a lot easier where he can shine. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Yep.
let's just
I'm
see.
hyped,
Let's
man.
just
I'm
see.
hyped, man. We've been talking about it for weeks. Now we got the draft complete. So
Mm-hmm.
it's exciting. It's exciting because now you can start to see like where the team is going. Next couple of
Mm,
weeks, now we're gonna get a couple more signings in. I know there's a few defensive linemen that we should be
yeah.
signing and solidifying onto the team. Now just because we wanted to wait until after the draft to not mess with the comp pick formula, so that
Yeah,
way we still
exactly.
get our comp for Wandell for next season. So Hopefully, we see a little bit more, but the roster's gonna shift a little bit more in the next couple of weeks, and then we get to training camp, and then it's on and popping, man. So
Yeah.
it's moving quick.
He's
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the hardball regime has for us, man.
I can't wait to see Jack Kelly, like in preseason. Like I'm gonna be watching him, especially in preseason.
Yeah.
Him and well, all three of these guys really, but more
I'm
especially Jack.
watching all of these guys, man. I want to see Malachi Fields be a receiver that's gonna be worth those 3 picks.
Right. I think the
Yeah.
thing is, long as he's got strong hands like he's shown and, gets to his landmarks and he's got a catchable ball in front of him, he's going to come down with it. So he should look good. I'm just talking about like Jack Kelly, the linebacker, and the defensive tackle Bobby Travis,
Yeah.
because if you can make, I mean, I get it, they're going against backups as well, but if you can make consistent plays in the preseason, so when you actually get with the ones, you can make let's say if you make in one game you make like four solid plays, and then when you get with the ones you're making two solid plays, you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Two
Yeah.
solid plays every game, two solid plays, but those two plays might be the
Build
difference in you know,
W.
getting a punt situation or a third and long if you're there on second. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
just disrupting the offense, making the quarterback get pressured, something where it's just helping the defense, the back end of the defense play better. So I'm really more interested in the defensive linemen, Bobby Travis and Jack Kelly. So let's see, maybe they work together and create names for themselves. So
We're gonna see, man. Only time will tell. Only time will
yes,
tell.
sir.
So with that being said, we're gonna slide out of the check-in right into the spotlight.
Mm,
The big
mm.
the big blue spotlight. So the spotlight this week, we're gonna go over some of the players that not necessarily we missed on, but some of the players that we thought were coming to New York that ended up in the NFC East on other teams.
Yeah, man.
So we're just gonna get right into the nitty-gritty, man. Starting with the Commanders. Sonny Styles is a
Yeah.
commander now. They got
Yup, yup, yup.
Malik's quarterback from college, and now they got Sonny Styles, Arvo Reese's partner in crime, man. So we thought we were getting
Mhm.
Sonny. We ended up going with Arvo. But how you feel about Sonny Styles in Washington, man? We got to play against
Um,
two times a year.
I mean,
Maybe
I feel
maybe
like he can
maybe
get
maybe
ranked.
more if we get to the playoffs and we got to play them or get to
I
the
know in
end.
the divisional rounds, right?
Yep.
Um, but I feel like Washington still needs a lot more. Um, I think he's going to have a rough time as far as just being in Washington because their defense isn't that great. Um, he's gonna have to overcompensate. It's not like he's going into a great situation where they have they spent a lot of free agency,
I was just
but
about to
I
say
just
they spent a lot of money on the free agency and addressed the defense, like trying to bring back youth.
Mhm.
They skimmed out all the old heads off the team and they're trying to get
Right,
younger. So they did get younger and they got Sonny Styles is Sonny Styles.
right.
If
But I feel
you look
like
at his grade online, man, he's top in everything on the combine.
right. But look, when it's gonna be him and Kim Scatterbo in the hole, bro. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
Cam Scatterbo gonna win that.
Patrick Ricard pop him one time for a
Yeah,
scatter to
exactly.
get there.
Patrick. Yeah, when he see Patrick Ricard, he gonna think like, "Damn, did I get drafted to the right team?" So, I mean,
It could be a three-headed monster and shit. Maui Noah,
bruh, bruh.
Ricard, and then Scat sliding out the back. Yeah, it could be something
Mhm.
crazy, man.
Exactly. When he see them, or if Maui Noah gets a free release going straight at the linebacker, and now he got to deal with him, try to go around him. It's not gonna be
Yeah,
that easy. So,
got
I
you.
mean, it's just crazy how some of the players, some of the players that I really didn't want to go against are now in our division. We're going to see them twice a year,
All
like
of
Sonny
them.
Styles. But I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So the
So
only
Sonny,
thing is, I can say that he only had one real year at linebacker, so his second year at linebacker will be with the Washington Commanders. So, I can only hope that their coaching isn't that great, and it takes him longer to develop, because I feel like our coaches are better. So it just takes him a little bit longer to develop. He probably gets it clicking year 3. This year he'll probably just be running around, just showing how fast he is. So.
shoot. Nah, yeah, real talk. And then okay, sliding from the Commanders. Then we got the second person. This is probably what hurt all of us the most. Shoot, you even saw Malik Neighbors on the string
Yeah, on that.
with Michael Parsons and everything, man. We got Francis
Everybody was
Miller.
banging on the table for
And then
Caleb Downs.
Cowboys jumped up. They moved up in the draft and they snatched Caleb Downs, number 11.
Yeah.
How you feel about that one? I can tell you, I was hyped.
Let me tell you something, man. I got some homies that are some Dallas fans. And as soon as they seen Caleb Downs, they texted me, "Yo, E, how you feel?" I'm like, bruh. Like, I hope he's the biggest draft bust. I said it already. I hope he's the biggest draft bust in Dallas Cowboys history. This man. But and the thing is, I say that because I feel like he's such a great prospect.
Yep.
He's gonna be have that. I think he might have like that Ed Reed effect for Dallas, where it's just like you gotta find him on every snap. Find him on every snap. Make sure he's not the one you're throwing to consistently. I ain't say don't try him, but he's smart.
Definitely don't try him every play.
Exactly. And he's gonna make some plays for Dallas, and it's just I know he's gonna be a good player. It just sucks.
Yeah.
Dallas got another one. We should have had Micah Parsons, and then we should have had Caleb Downs.
That's why he said that. Michael Parsons said that on the stream too. He was like, he looked like me in draft night, huh?
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh man, so it sucks, but I'm with you on that, man. Hopefully, look, he's a great player, but I just hope he was only great in college. Moving right along.
Exactly.
Moving right along, so we get to Philly, man, and Philly highway robbery from the Steelers.
Yo,
got
he was on the phone.
Lemon.
He was on the phone talking about, Steelers this, Steelers that.
He's like, why is Philly calling me?
Stop, hang up the phone, bro, huh? Nah, Philly calling for you. Yeah. He picked up the other phone, like, what? It's Philly calling. It's like, oh man. But Malachi Lemon, I mean, it makes sense for Philly because they're talking about getting rid of AJ Brown. So, Devontae Smith really slid into that number 1 role. He pretty much did that last year. And then having Malachi Lemon as the slot number 2 guy, it just makes sense for them. So, and I can tell he's gonna be a dog. He got that Philly kind of mindset, not even mindset, Philly mannerisms already. Like he's just like, bruh.
The passion, yeah. They clipped him.
Like, bruh.
He did his interview and he was still doing this. They clipped him. It was like he's doing that weird shit again.
Real,
I'm not gonna lie, I love that shit. I'm like, I don't know what he's thinking
real,
what he's
cold.
I love that shit.
He's cold, bro. And you can tell he's gonna be the type of receiver fighting for extra yards, trying to take on a linebacker, and what I'm saying, doing all that shit that's gonna make Philly fans love him. You know what I'm saying? Talking shit to the DBs and whatnot.
Yeah. It's gonna be exciting to watch. It's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, man. But the thing is, the one thing I'm happy about is Jalen Hurts is his quarterback. So he's gonna be getting mad. The ball gonna be over his head. He's gonna have to do all this extra. He's gonna have to just be like, damn, man, like just throw me the ball right here, not all the way to
funny.
You know what I'm saying?
Funny.
He ain't that tall. His reach ain't that wide. So
that was the first thing I was thinking about. I was like, luckily he's got a quarterback that it might get to him, it might not. Who knows? We're gonna see. But
Exactly,
he's
right?
going through a
And if
running
it gets
offense.
to him, he gonna have to make a hard catch.
Yeah, he's definitely
So,
gonna have to get to the ball. So, hey,
Malachi
unfortunately, those are
Levinson.
some players that we thought we were gonna get. I thought we had an opportunity to get, or some sort of scenario that would have put them on the Giants, but they made it to other teams in the NFC East. I
Wow.
wish them the worst careers, but look, hopefully going forward, the Giants take over the division and we keep it moving, man. Hey, I
Right,
thought they were
exactly.
going to be great when they were coming to the Giants. Now that they are not here, they can kick rocks.
Right.
That's all I can say. Unless they decide to leave and they want to go somewhere else, then you already know where we at. But other
Exactly,
than
right.
that, we going to keep it moving.
There we go.
So this week, Big Blue roll call. The Big Blue roll call. The Big Blue roll call question. Big Blue roll call. I'm going to ask you guys, now that the draft is over, we got some time before the season starts. What do the Giants still need?
Mm,
What do they still need?
that's a
What
good
you think,
question.
Ethan, after the draft? Like, how you looking at it?
Um, I mean, is glaring. It's still a big need. Defensive tackle. That's
Yeah,
where we're at. You
yeah,
know, I feel like everything else has been addressed accordingly. You know, but the one thing maybe I feel like we probably could have addressed as well as running back. Maybe they sign an undrafted free agent that has good speed, who can make a man miss because uh just having a stable of running backs and then letting the best one who got the hot hand go. But as far as that defensive tackle, like once it gets to this point, like all the good ones are gone. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
we'll see how they address it. Are they going to try and address it through scheme, having 5 down linemen? You know what I'm saying? Or are they going to try and go back to the 4-3 and try and put the best players out there?
yeah,
So we'll see. But it's got to be defensive line for me.
yeah. I'm on the same page as you, man. I think we addressed the offensive line. I think we have enough depth that they can create a
Hmm.
starting five and get some backups without us having to go into the season like stressing, like pulling our hair out and things like that. So I
Right.
think
If
we're in a
one
good spot as
person
far
gets
as the
injured or something.
offensive line. But as far as the defensive line, without us having Dexter there anymore, like it definitely needs to be addressed. And until we officially sign any of these vets that they're talking about, like we gotta get somebody on here, man. If we can get the Shelby Harris and the DJ Reader, we can get them
Leader.
both on the low. Like honestly, that might put us in a better position than we were in before. So I'm wholeheartedly on the same mindset as you. Defensive line is the main thing that needs to be done before we get the season started.
Mm, yep.
Yep.
Yep. So that's a good roll
So
call question.
yep. So roll call. You guys know what to do, man. In the comments, let us know what you think. What do the Giants still need to do? What are we needing to do? All right. So sliding right on. The standard, the Big Blue standard. So with the draft being done, we still got a few more pickups that we need to get done. But the real question now is, after the draft being done and seeing what the other teams have done, how do you feel about where we sit in the division?
Mm. Whew.
Did these
Um,
draft picks move us? Did we get closer to Philly? Are we in the same spot? Did the Cowboys jump ahead of us because now they got that back end on the defense? Like, where what you thinking?
I think in the division, like if I had to put it in order, I think really it really kind of depends on Jackson Dart's jump, you know, because if he can put us in a position where we're always in leads and then our defensive line doesn't have to worry about runs, then we're good. And I feel like that jump helps with, Maui Noah, and even Fields, being able to get a third down conversion. And like last year, we seen him do a lot of, hero ball. but if he's staying within the script, Matt Nagy and Brian Callahan got him feeling very comfortable in the offense, and he's making decisions and ripping the ball and, calling out protections and, audibling at the line and keeping us on schedule and only playing hero ball when we really need it. Like, you know, somebody slips or something like that and the play breaks down and
Yeah,
now he has to play hero ball versus he just didn't see the read or he just didn't trust it. You know what I'm
gotcha.
saying? Something where that he couldn't see before. So if Jackson Dart plays well, I see us as number 2 because, you know, Dallas offense is pretty damn good. Washington is good as well. Because number one's the Eagles, unfortunately. They still have Saquon. They still have, good offensive line. Jalen Hurts is probably their weakest link, but I mean, the fact that he has his legs and can run the ball, that's really good for them. Dallas, I think we jumped Dallas here because our defense is going. I'm pretty damn sure our defense is probably going to be better than theirs. And if Jackson Dart, that like I was saying earlier, is that guy who we want him to be, he's going to, probably have a better season than Dak Prescott. Maybe not yards wise, just because of they have a better wide receiver core as of right now on paper with George Pickens and CD Lamb. But if Malik Neighbors comes back and actually gets a good season with Dart, like he's never really played with them, only one game, and then the doubling Malik, and then Darnell Mooney gets ready, gets moving, Isaiah Likely gets moving, so it can definitely be back to the original question is yeah, I think it's Philly, then us, then Dallas or Washington. You could flip flop them. So we moved up through the draft. We definitely got better. So especially on defense, our defense is really going to be lights out, really getting after them. We just got so much speed on that defensive line. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to just keep running the ball against us. But if we got that lead, you can't keep running the ball. You're going to have to pass it, and that's where things are going to change for us. So. I
Yeah,
think we took a step in the right direction, but we're still like second in the division in my eyes until we beat Philly convincingly, consistently. Even though it's hard, division games are rough. But I know it's a long-winded answer.
no, I hear
So
you. No, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. I'm kind of close to where you at, but I'm not. So I put
okay,
Philly, then I put the Cowboys, then I put us, and then I put Washington. The
okay,
reason why, and the reason why I put us above Washington, just because I don't think that their defense is ready to contend with the rest of the division. Not saying that we're gonna like blow them out the water, but I think like their defense is not equipped to beat the Cowboys, the Eagles, and us on a consistent clip.
Mhm.
They'll get a few of those games, but they're not gonna get all of them. But they're off. The Cowboys' offense is they're consistently 30 points. So it's hard to like it's hard to not keep the Cowboys as second because they score
Okay,
consistently. Even though their defense is not great, they will make sure that they always keep their score higher than the other team.
right,
The
yeah,
Eagles, again, on paper, still have the best roster um,
right,
on both sides of the ball. So it's hard to like move them out of their space either. But it comes
hmm
between us and Washington, right? I think
hmm
Washington is not where they need to be, and I don't think they really have offensive weapons for Jaden Daniels just yet.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you
It's
got
just
Makai Lemon, which is gonna be good, and then you got Scary Terry and things like that. Their running back room, they got Bill from last year, who's gonna be a good running back, but again, is he gonna be consistently that same running back? Are you gonna get the same running back this season?
mhm,
Now that you guys are
right,
changing your offensive coordinator, so it's there's a lot of question marks there. For me,
yeah,
I put us third just because I think automatically we jump in front of Washington because of the coaching staff. But I
right,
can't put us above the Cowboys or the Eagles without knowing what the coaching staff is going to do. Why can't I put us above Washington? Just because We're gonna beat Washington. I'm not confused.
I mean, yeah,
The
Jaden Daniels
Cowboys
comes
and the
back
Eagles
healthy.
are my concern. The Commanders, like, we're gonna see. I've been seeing a lot of people, all these Commanders fans. I might just be biased, and I hear all these Commanders talking smack all the time. So I just can't stand it. Can't
Yo,
stand it.
sidebar. I see that you had sent me some names,
Oh,
and you're
just
like,
keep that too close to the hip, because I want to make
okay, yeah,
sure
because
that
I'm like,
when we play them, them names are gonna fly. Because I want to make sure they know about themselves. But they was talking big mess about our our draft. Talking
okay,
about our draft was like, they said they're gonna call this draft class eggplant pizza. Um, Bro, it was bad, bro. They were going crazy. My boy,
what
my
teams?
coworkers, they love the Commanders, so I was listening in, and while
Mhm.
I'm listening, everything that I heard when they started talking about the Giants, I started sending you messages. I was like, "Hey,
Yeah,
just keep these as receipts."
yeah. I'm like, okay, receipts are taken, screenshots. I got you, no
Yeah.
problem. I was just like, when I read it, I'm like, okay, they
Well,
talked in big mess, but they don't know who they messing with. So
yeah,
we're
yep.
gonna find
So
out real
they're
soon.
gonna hear about it soon. They're gonna hear about it soon. So I can't wait till we play the Commanders, man. It's gonna be a whole different type of beef this year. We're
Right,
gonna
but
see.
I like your reasoning and what you're saying, as far as how you keep Dallas second. You know, they can score consistently. Eagles roster, they haven't shown that they've lost the mantle in the division. And then, between us and Washington, I get that. I get that. I just feel like, you know, people build their rosters to compete within the division. You win your division, you make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And, the fact that we did beat the Eagles last year, um, I don't think I think we got swept by Dallas last year, right? If
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken. Um, and actually, that's a good question that I wanted to ask. If we were going to sweep any team in the division this year, who do you think we sweep? You know,
Washington.
Washington. Okay, yeah, yeah, because you're looking at them
That
as the bottom. I honestly,
that's the only one I can solidify, man. I don't think that I think that our defense is good enough that
Mhm.
we can put with them learning a new offense just like we are. I think that our defense will be good enough to compete with whatever they put out there. And I don't think they have
Okay,
enough weapons to make our defense look bad.
right. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I think we have
Right.
enough people to keep Jaden Daniels in the pocket, and if you keep him in the
Mhm.
pocket and he can't run that ball, that's it. We're shutting everything else down.
Right. I think people are just more afraid of his legs. So then
Mhm.
you use that spy. And then when you have that spy, it takes away from the pass rush. But
Uh-huh.
even if like we have Carter as the spy, Alvaro Reese and flipping Brian Burns is still gonna get after it. So
There's too much speed that we have on the defense now that it's like I'm not even concerned with him running.
right, exactly. And then, them being short tacklers is definitely gonna help. So I mean, Jaden Daniels, I think he with that injury, that elbow injury, probably won't be running as much. Jackson Dart probably will be. Um, I'm just excited for the season. Let's see what this offense looks like. Let's see how Jackson Dart takes that second year elite. Um, I think Maui Noah really helps that protection standpoint where he feels comfortable to sit in that pocket a little bit longer and get through his progressions. Um, and just being second year, things slowing down, understanding the offense, how he wants to read defenses. Um, I'm just excited because Jackson Dart's a big play, a, a, a an important player for us.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
and then
That's
you
the main
know,
thing, man. That's the main thing. And that's
mm-hmm.
wrap us up for tonight, man. To
Yes,
be
sir.
completely honest, all we can do is just look forward to the progress of Jackson Dart in the offense and look forward to Harbaugh and his new regime. And hopefully they can push us forward and we're playing meaningful games in December.
Yes, sir.
That's all we want.
Sounds good to me.
Hey, this is the new era. This is the standard. Hey, we'll see you guys. Make sure like, comment, subscribe, send it to your friends, send it
Mm-hmm.
to your family, send it to your cousin, your mother, your uncle, whoever watches
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, send it to their profile and let them know where to follow us. Big Blue Reborn, all platforms. Appreciate you guys watching.
From the
New
city
era,
where
bro.
pressure makes legends. This is Big Blue Reborn. Big Blue checking, we start with the facts. Spotlight on the moment, who really got next? Roll call for the city where the real ones at. The standard at the end, no excuses, no cap. Big Blue Reborn. This is the standard. This is Big Blue Reborn. From the city where pressure makes legends.